Lightning! Have you heard? Nope.
The Truck Show. We're gonna show you what we know. We're gonna answer what the truck, 'cause truck rhymes with the Truck Show. We have the lifted, we have the lowered, and everything in between. We'll talk about trucks that run on diesel and the ones that run on gasoline. The Truck Show, the Truck Show, the Truck Show. Whoa, whoa.
It's the Truck Show with your hosts, Lightning and Holman.
This episode of the Truck Show podcast, Have You Heard?, is proudly presented by Nissan. Nissan has a truck for every need, along with the legendary Nissan durability. Test drive your next truck at a local Nissan dealer today, or point your browser to nissanusa.com, where you can use the build and price tool to configure a Nissan truck that fits your lifestyle.
And when you're thinking about adding power or improving fuel economy, Banks has over 65 years of experience. Whether it's cold air intakes or exhaust systems, tuning, throttle control, charge air cooling, lubrication components, and much more, no one offers smarter, safer, 50-state emissions-compliant performance parts than Gale Banks. You'll find the best engineered parts for your truck at bankspower.com.
And when you're looking for quality, full synthetic lubrication for your truck, AMSOIL has you covered with motor oil, lubricants and protectants, grease, additives, and more. AMSOIL synthetic lubricants deliver wear protection, engine cleanliness, and fuel efficiency that conventional oils simply can't match. Find out how AMSOIL synthetic lubricants can save you money and time by helping your vehicles run better and last longer than with conventional oils at AMSOIL.com. When it comes to lubrication, AMSOIL is the leader in synthetics.
There has never been a better time to buy a retractable tonneau cover at EGRUSA.com. EGR just kicked off a freaking huge sale. You can get up to 30% off plus a rebate of $250 on all manual roll track bed covers. Let me say that again. You can save up to 30% off the best roll top tonneau covers, the EGR roll track, plus an additional $250 rebate. Hit their online store today at EGRUSA.com.
Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
Let me think about it for a second. I mean, the chances are slim because I haven't been paying close attention to the news, so I'm going to go with no.
Then you would not know that SEMA and the Work Truck Association, the NTEA, filed a federal lawsuit together to stop the clean fleet EV truck mandates in California.
That's actually not true. I do know the story. I read the press release this morning and reached out to Mike Spagnola, president of SEMA.
I did too. He said he would come on our show, but not tonight.
Yep. He told me the same thing.
He says, I've got family obligations, so I'm going to read a quote from his press release that basically says the following: the overreach of California has forced the hand of the automotive industry, making this legal action necessary to protect the interests of the thousands of automotive aftermarket companies whose $337 billion annual economic impact helps drive our nation's economy. The illegal means by which California sought to tilt the board by siding with just one technology is to the great detriment of a giant swath of the nation's small businesses and threatens a dangerous precedent upon the American people. And then NTEA president and CEO Steve Carey continues, ultimately, work trucks must be available, capable, and affordable. It's important to reach the desired outcome using a sensible and cost-effective approach so our member businesses can continue to build and supply the vehicles that are essential for commerce. Left unchecked, the current suite of California regulations will severely curtail the ability of work truck users to obtain the vehicles they need to successfully and efficiently carry out their vital missions and support ongoing business operations. So the lawsuit...
Let's distill this down.
Basically, the lawsuit highlights California's significant overreach, basically saying that the ACF regulations far exceed California's constitutional and state statutory authority, and the regulations will furthermore undermine rather than foster the innovation born of the automotive aftermarket industry that has historically generated many groundbreaking solutions to cleaner, safer motor vehicles.
Well, so the bottom line is they're saying all electric for work trucks, right? Medium duty, heavy duty, all that stuff.
Yep.
And be damned everything that's not electric, right?
Yeah, California has the 2035 mandate, and they want to make that with cars. And I've told you on the show, it ain't happening. And now you're seeing a massive shift across the country where people are diving into hybrids, staying away from EVs as they've experienced. I mean,
and this shift has happened quickly. We're talking about 9 months. Like there's a public pushback like I've never seen.
From a guy who owns an EV, I've got no problem with them, but it's got to be the right tool for the right job and the right use case, and it's not for everybody, especially not medium duty or heavy duty trucks. And I would argue it's not even the right technology for a super duty class truck either.
Not yet. They're sure going to try it. Yeah, well, Ford's going to try it. I mean, that's what we're hearing. But
well, we're hearing that they're going to do a hybrid,
right?
So we'll see. Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
What? No.
I don't think so.
Stellantis continues to just shoot itself in the foot over and over again. They were on a roll, had some of the best products out there, massive sales a few years ago, and everything just continues to tank. In fact, the third quarter numbers.
Why do they want to do this?
I think there's an agenda being pushed by the French that are in charge of Stellantis.
But are they willing to let the brand sink over it?
No, I don't. I think they misplayed their hands, and once again, the target moved. The field goal moved when they kicked the football, and they're kind of caught flat-footed. I don't think COVID and supply chain stuff helped, and then because the artificial hangover and of the high prices and now basically bad lease residuals due to several factors of inflation and the price of money and all that, leases aren't attractive for Stellantis. I didn't renew mine with a new Grand Cherokee because we couldn't afford it.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of people. And you can't buy one because the interest rates are high. And their prices have gone up a massive amount in just the past few years. When I think the sticker on my 392 was 86 or something like that. And today, the final edition 392
it's like 105
is
or something?
somewhere north of 100,000. And that's and mine's a 23. So, I mean, in just a matter, they just
so fast.
Keep.
Well, also, they're trying to push people all into the 4xEs when people aren't ready for them yet.
Well, part of that is because of the California deal with not being able to stock ICE vehicles in California. That's a huge misstep.
Which is bonkers that they're trying to pull that off.
Yep.
That's insane.
And then,
are you guys aware of that? If Jeep dealers are not allowed to stock an ICE engine Jeep on the lot. You have to order one if you want one.
California.
Otherwise, they're all 4xEs.
And other states that follow that rule. We've talked about it on the show before. That's a whole other conversation. But Jeep, which is like the crown jewel, was struggling. Q3 deliveries dropped by 6% and to 144,963 units. And then demand this year dropped by 8%, which is a pretty big slide through the first 9 months of the year. Ram sales were 19% lower in the third quarter, and the company suffered a 24% decline from January to September to 309,718 trucks and vans. I think part of it is the switchover, and I think part of it is people pushing back. I've had 3 or 4 friends say, I've got a Hemi Ram, and I'd like to get into it, and you can't get the V8 anymore, so what Ford or Chevy should I buy? I mean, over and over again.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't want the Turbo 6. And I'm like, great engine. They're like, yeah, I don't want
a V8.
I want a V8,
Yep.
and I don't want all the tech and stuff that comes with it. And it's first year, and I think that's part of it. Even Chrysler has one model, it's the Pacifica minivan, and they're obviously not doing great either. Deliveries in their Q3 went down by 47%. That includes the 300C dying, and through the first 9 months, they're down 21%.
Man, if you put a gun to my head and said, how many vehicles does Chrysler make? I would have said that 300C is not even produced anymore.
It's not.
It's still,
it's not. That's why that's part of the reason for the decline.
And I didn't even know that the Pacifica is still, I don't even know what Chrysler's making.
Well, Pacifica.
How are they still in business as a brand?
Well,
who's buying a Chrysler?
Well, because they rental car agencies, because the Pacifica is a pretty good van, and also the fact that they're paired with other brands like Ram and Jeep means that they don't have any standalone stores that are going to suffer from one vehicle.
I get it, but can you imagine working in Chrysler? The brand? That would be awful.
It's bad right now. Dodge demand plummeted 43% in Q3 and is down 24% so far this year.
Did you say 43%?
43%.
Oh, my God.
And through the first 9 months of the year, Stellantis is down 17% in the United States. So,
that is what they get for killing the V8.
Totally.
I mean, that is all killing.
And all those Hellcat customers just vaporized
insane.
Overnight.
Isn't that crazy?
Just sad to see.
Where are they going? I mean, what are they buying instead of Hellcats? There is nothing else, right? Are they buying? Oh, wait a minute.
Mustang Dark Horses or something?
Are they buying Camaros?
Well, no, Camaros are dead too.
Oh, you're right. Camaros are dead too. Wait a minute. Is the Camaro ZL1,
Done.
ZR1?
Dunsky.
It's done.
Done. No Camaros. No Camaro for you.
That's awful.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
Oh no. Oh no.
No, I haven't heard.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Have you seen Mark Zuckerberg lately? I know he's got a house over in Hawaii, so he's doing all kind of like water sports now, and he's got a tan. He's got
Kind of looks like Kathy Griffin.
he's got the froey hair, and he's wearing gold necklaces, and he's like, what?
And he's wearing like
baggy jeans and stuff?
No,
Like-
it's khaki dad pants with tennis shoes.
Well, I've been seeing him on stage wearing like baggy jeans.
Well,
like, trying
anyway,
to fit in
whatever.
with the in crowd.
Who
Like,
cares about that?
Oh,
the,
my
the
Lord.
thing is that his wife apparently wanted a Porsche minivan, so he went to West Coast Customs, asked Ryan to convert a Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT into a minivan for his wife.
So they did, it's like the Stretch My Truck guys. They
Yeah.
used to do stuff for the Diesel
Well,
Brothers.
Pit My Ride and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So they basically put a sliding minivan door on a Cayenne.
Does it look well executed to you?
I mean, it's as much as a stretched Porsche can. The problem is it's got great lines, and then you ruin them by putting a flat. It's like a limo that is flat in the middle.
It looks
Yeah,
weird.
It does look weird.
It does look weird.
But
And
how
then-
much money do you have? You're like, just build me a minivan.
Well, but keep. What did he buy himself though? He took his. He's like, I got myself something too.
Oh, are you talking about the GT3 Touring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could buy any car.
No,
in
he
the
could buy
whole world.
anything.
Like literally, he could buy any car in the world. I don't think there's a car he couldn't afford.
No.
And he bought a GT3.
Well, he could afford to build whatever he wanted. So
Yeah,
whatever.
Interesting.
Enough
So
about-
it's funny.
I'm out. I'm out on
He's
this.
got
No, I'm out of the story.
Really?
Yeah, I already could care less, and now I care even more. As I'm telling you the story,
No, you couldn't care less. You're
No, I could care. No, I could care less. I'm actively showing you I am now caring less than I did 3 minutes ago.
So now,
before.
as of this moment, now you cannot care less.
I could probably still care less because
No, you
we're
can't.
still talking about it,
No,
and
you
I
can't because now you're out.
No. I'm trying, and you're bringing me
The
back.
phrase is I couldn't care less.
And I'm
because-
telling you, you're incorrect because I know what I said, and I'm saying that I couldn't care less than how I care now, which is not the same as I cared moments ago.
What's your next
It's
story?
leaving me.
I get
as
it.
I-
All right,
Can we
go.
get rid of the stupid story already?
Go.
Lighting, have you heard?
No. I don't think so. Is it about Mark Zuckerberg and his wife and Porsches?
Do you want to tell the story?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Do
No.
that one.
We already did. You just did it.
Yeah, but you seem to want to go back to it.
I just am fascinated by him and his lack of style. And he's probably turning 40 now, and he's having a midlife crisis. So he buys a Porsche of all cars. It's an awesome car, but like what?
Are you done?
Zuckerberg,
Could you
buy
stop?
a freaking Bugatti or something.
Okay. Can we be done with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying. Your friend Andre went and got a Tesla Cybertruck, and he did the FSD upgrade, the full self-driving, and apparently he did something where they drove it through the city, and then it was great, and then it didn't. I guess it got freaked out, so go to tfltruck.com if you want to see the follies of the Tesla Cybertruck with FSD 12.5.5 software.
So it was supposed to drive itself and didn't, apparently. Yeah.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No.
Apparently, the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, the longer one, which is one of the very last Jeeps to have a V8, quietly was killed. They said, no, we're not going to tell you. We're just not going to put the Hemi in there anymore, and then you just can't order it for $25. Again,
So
what, you just
Stellantis came in the middle of the night and just slit his throat.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Just bled out.
So the only vehicle with a V8 is, strangely enough, the Wrangler 392. They're just hanging on to that one as long as they
I
can.
wonder for how long do we know?
But I can tell you the L,
didn't you tell me
needs
that
the V8.
Didn't you tell me the 392 is going to go away in like 25?
it's supposed to
25?
go away last year, but they were making hand over fist selling them for $115 a piece or whatever they are.
Gotcha.
The final edition this year, get it while you still can, because now you can't even get it in the Grand Cherokee L, which is a super bummer. Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No.
Apparently, some GMC Sierra HDs will need a new transmission filter. GM has issued a service update for certain 24 and 25 GMC Sierra HD units that have been found to have sediment present in their transmission fluid. With a field action available to fix the problem.
Where's the sediment coming from, I wonder?
The affected Sierra HD trucks apparently generate the sediment during the output shaft bearing press. according to service update number N242455950. So before starting work on an affected GMC Sierra HD, dealers have to verify by checking the GM Global Warranty Management System to see if it's marked open. So
That's really weird that just the GMC and not the Silverados. It's the same truck.
this is what I'm saying. The remedy apparently is to replace the transmission filter and 15 quarts of transmission fluid that are inside the trans.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That process takes about 2 hours.
Okay. Hey, Holman, have you heard?
Nope.
Lightning's drive shaft clunk is back again for the third time.
Yep. Told you it would be.
Yep, that's it. Next story.
You should go to Stellantis. Maybe they'll take your V8 away from you when you take it in for service.
I was told that there actually is a new part number for a drive shaft.
Oh, good.
But I don't know.
Go see Eder.
No one seems to know how that could fix it or why, if it's a length of the slip joint or
The splines. Well, who cares? Obviously, if there's a new part that supersedes the old part.
So Eder didn't know about it. I'm going to have to track it down on one of the forums and get the part number and then give it to him and go, this is the fix. Try this.
In Super Duty news, have you heard?
I mean, no.
What's funny is
That's Scott Birdsall.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
It sounded familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. Mm-hmm. All right, Rivian R1T. So you remember the floods that happened in the hurricane, and the Tesla exploded or caught fire and burned down the guy's house?
Which one of this happened to several, apparently?
So apparently, a Rivian R1T got carried over 100 yards by the Hurricane Helene's floodwaters.
I heard it was fine.
And it was fine. Absolutely fine.
Yeah, so why the Rivian and not the Teslas?
Yeah, so apparently the owner of the truck said that he parked it near the Swannanoa River in the Asheville, North Carolina area. When the water level rose, it flooded, of course. And he goes on to say that he returned to find the truck not where he left it. It was over 100 yards from where he parked it. It had been carried away, and he thought, well, I don't know what to do. And, oh, by the way, he showed pictures of the bed filled with mud and just...
He probably figured it was totaled.
Oh, yeah. So he said he walked up to the truck, and he was 100% ready to call his insurance company. As he walked up, the door handles popped out, so obviously the battery had to be working. So he figured, well, I got in the car, and it started up like nothing happened, and since then he's fast-charged it and driven around town and has noticed zero issues. So you know what? Good on Rivian.
Wow, yeah.
I mean,
that's some good design.
It's pretty awesome. So Inside EVs reached out to Rivian, and a spokesperson told them, quote unquote, in addition to sealing all of our packs, which are verified before vehicle installation, we monitor any exposure to water ingress within our batteries through our electrical isolation feature. We actively protect the customer and the vehicle from any further damage in such events. As part of our extensive battery testing, we also run salt spray tests to prove that our corrosion mitigations throughout the life of our packs are robust. Once again, our isolation monitoring features in our electrical and electronic systems provide adequate detection. It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, look, the Rivian is a truck, and it's made to do truck things, which include go through streams and whatnot occasionally.
Yep.
Whereas
but is it
Tesla,
made to be
submerged?
Floated? Yeah, submerged and pushed by flood waters 100 yards?
No, of course not. But I mean, well, yeah, I say of course not. Maybe it is designed to be submerged for X number of hours or something. Whereas the Tesla clearly is not. It's made to just be on a dry road.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
No, it's not that. It's knee. No, knee. You're not doing it properly. Knee. Knee, that's it. You've got it.
Knee. I don't know.
Do you remember the old Ford freewheelin package that was on the 70s trucks that had like the red through yellow kind of paint fade on the sides?
No.
You don't remember those?
Mm-mm.
Oh, those were super cool. Well, then this story will make no sense to you, but Ford is making yet another retro Bronco, this time with a version of their freewheelin package idea, but modernized, and you can get yourself a new Bronco.
Oh, now that you see that, to me, that is the like Toyota-esque color scheme.
No, this is way before Ivan Stewart took those colors in
I
racing.
get it, but when you think of Crazy Ivan Stewart, what was he known as? Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Stewart, yeah. those are his colors, but these are horizontal. Starts with kind of a deep
Basically,
red,
the
lighter
belt line
red,
goes
orange,
all the way down.
lighter orange, and then yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you could get those on Broncos and F-Series back in the 70s, and Ford is going to put this freewheeling package on the current Bronco, and it includes those red, orange, yellow gradient
People are going to
stripes.
ask why Toyota graphics are on a Bronco.
Because they're not educated. So they're definitely not listeners of the Truck Show podcast. So anyway, if you like that retro look, this is the latest version, and it looks like they might be able to order that on the Bronco Sport as well, which is super groovy.
Thanks.
You like what I did there?
Yeah, I like that. I thought I was the only one saying groovy.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No. I said no.
Nope, haven't heard.
All right, so you know I'm excited about the new Nissan Armada Pro 4X.
You are beside yourself.
Well, Ford said, hold my beer, and they just came out with the 2025 Ford Expedition Tremor, which is pretty cool. It even has the Toyota TRD-style lights in the grille, 33-inch tires, a rear locker, and it's on the redesigned Expedition package.
I busted a guy today who had a video up, and he was walking around a Tremor. All the captions on the video said Tremor, Trimmir, Tremor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not a Tremor. And I said, take the video down, delete it, fix it, and repost it. And he wrote back, no.
Yeah. That's. I don't know why you enjoy telling people.
Tremor. Stop it.
Stop correcting people. Anyway, it comes with a high-output version of the EcoBoost V6 with 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty cool, 10-speed automatic. And the interior is a super weird, futuristic-looking screen layout. There's a 24-inch panoramic digital display, a weird oblong-shaped wheel, and then another 13.2-inch touchscreen closer to the driver.
That does not feel off-roady, which the Tremor is supposed to be.
Does not feel off-roady.
No, that's very Tesla-ish.
Thinking, yeah.
That's strange.
At least they gave you the screen in front of the driver, that big old panoramic screen, so you get the
but it's offset
speed and all that. Well, it's 24 inches,
it's
but it's
too far to the right. Like why? It's
because the
there's a
Lincoln
gap in the
Navigator
left.
goes the whole way across the dash.
Oh,
and so this is not the Lincoln Navigator, so it gets a smaller screen. You Ford people, you peasants, small screen for peasants. Anyway, it offers 10.6 inches of ground clearance. It's got full underbody protection, fuel tank, transfer case, front axle. You also get the Raptor-inspired running boards, a front skid plate, rock crawl mode. Suspension's been retuned, and you get the aforementioned electronic locking rear diff. You also get a bunch of orange accents on the tow hooks and things like that, because otherwise it wouldn't be a Tremor.
Yep.
And you can tow 7,000 pounds conventional or up to 9,600 pounds with a weight distributing hitch. And it's got the latest Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving functionality as well. So the order books are opening up on October 24th. Oh, and the thing I forgot to mention, the very best part of the whole vehicle.
What, graphics or something?
Split tailgate.
Oh.
So the glass goes up and it has a tailgate that drops down the way it should.
That's old
school. The way God intended SUVs to be. No more pop-up, no more swing out. You want to sit on the tailgate
Goes
and
down,
watch it?
right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's super
What else
cool.
has that right now? Anything? I don't think so.
I think does the Lexus GX or does that swing out?
I don't
Land
know.
Cruiser? Yeah.
Well, good on them.
I don't remember at the moment. Bring back tailgates. Damn it.
That you're standing on the lawn, you're screaming at kids, get off my lawn.
Q3 of 2024, the initiative for the Truck Show podcast is bring back tailgates and SUVs. By my decree.
Do it, people!
And do it now.
The Truck Show Podcast is a production of Truck Famous LLC. This podcast was created by Sean Homan and Jay Tillis with production elements by DJ Omar Khan. If you like what you've heard, please open your Apple Podcast or Spotify app and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're a fan, there's no better way to show your support than by patronizing our sponsors. Some vehicles may have been harmed during the making of this podcast.